Good morning, students. Today's topic is refining. Refining means purify the impure metals into the pure metal. There are various methods for the refining of impure metals, and the choice of purification method that depends on the nature of metals and the impurities present in the impure metals. Now we take the first method, that is distillation method. This method is used to remove the non-volatile impurities from the volatile metals like zinc, cadmium and mercury. These impure metals means which have a low boiling point. In this process, here we first take the impure metals. After heated in a restored, then pure metal is obtained after removing the non-volatile impurities. Means when the pure metals vaporizes and condenses separately, then leaving behind the non-volatile impurities. So by the help of this method, we can easily separate out the pure metal. Now the second method is liquefaction. This method is used for the low melting point metals like tin and lead. In this method, the impure metal that is heated on the sloping surface. When the molten metals flows away from the infusible impurities, means impurities are separate away and molten metal is left. So by the help of liquefaction method, we can easily separate the metals which have low melting point. Now the third method is electrolytic refining. In this method, we take the anode electrode as impure metal and a strip of same pure metal is taken at the cathode, and electrolytic solution is soluble salt of same metals. After passing the electric current, following reactions takes place like this. At anode, metal lose electrons and it will form metals having positive charge, means cation is formed. Because at anode oxidation takes place and oxidation involves the loss of electrons. At cathode, reduction takes place and it involves the gain of electrons, so it will convert it into metals. Example is copper, gold, silver, zinc, aluminium. These are refined by the electrolytic refining method. This is the diagram of electrolytic refining of metals. In this method, this method is used for purification of metals like copper, gold, silver, zinc and nickel. The impure metal is converted into the blocks which is made up of anode. This is the block which is made up of anode. It is placed in the electrolytic tank. This is electrolytic tank. This one. And a plate of pure metals that is act as a cathode. The electrolytic solution is made up of soluble salt of same metals, that is double salt. On passing the electric current, the metals ions from the electrolyte that are reduced to the metals and they are deposited on the cathode side. The equivalent an equivalent amount of pure metals from the anode, that is oxidized, and the metals ion goes into the solution. This keeps on till the whole of the metals from the anode dissolve and they are deposited on the cathode side, and impurities are left behind in the form of mud. This is called as anode mud. So this is the electro refining of crude metals, means impure metals into the pure metals with the help of electric current. So it is called as the electrolytic refining. With the help of electric current, the impure metal which is placed at the anode, that is converted into the pure metals which takes place at the cathode side. At anode, oxidation takes place and at cathode, reduction takes place. Now the fourth method is zone refining. This method is based on the principle that is the impurities are more soluble in molten state as compared to in the solid state. In this method, the pure metals like semiconductors, silicon, germanium, boron and gallium is used. Means this method is used to purify the semiconductors, or you can say that are metals of very high purity. This is the zone refining of metals. In this zone refining, the impure metal is converted into a rod which is heated at the one end with a circular heater. This portion of the rod, that is melts as the heater moves away. Cooling occurs which cause solidification of pure metals. This is called as the crystallization. This process involves the formation of crystals and the impurities remain behind in the molten zone. Here impurities are present. So this process is repeated a number of times till the impurities are driven completely towards the one end and the pure metals that is left at the one end. So the whole process that is carried out in an atmosphere in order to prevent the oxidation of metal. So by the help of this zone refining process, we can easily find out the impure metals converted into pure metals. The main principle of this method is the impurities are soluble in molten state as compared to solid state. So by the help of the molten zone, we can easily separate out the impurities and the pure metal is left behind at the one end. So in short form, the impure metals after heated in a with the help of heaters, it is converted into molten zone or melt, and after that it crystallizes and to form a pure metals, and impurities are left behind in the molten state. Now the next method is vapor phase refining. In this method, first metal is converted into volatile compound. Volatile compound means which easily evaporate. And these volatile compounds easily decompose into the pure metals. It involves two methods. First is Mond's process. In this process, the nickel is heated in a stream of carbon monoxide. and it will form a volatile compound, that is nickel tetracarbonyl. And the vapors of nickel carbonyl that is taken to decomposer chamber maintain at 450 to 470 Kelvin, then it is converted into the pure nickel, and here CO is released. This method is useful only for the nickel. Here impure metal is taken, that is nickel, and after heated in the stream of carbon monoxide, it is converted into the volatile compound, and after that it's strongly heated and it will decompose and to form a pure metal. Now the second method is Van Arkel method. Van Arkel method is useful for removing all the oxygen and nitrogen present in the form of impurities in metals, means like the zirconium and titanium. This method is useful for purifying the zirconium and titanium only. Here we take first example, zirconium. This impure metal that is heated with iodine in a evaporated vessel, and after that it will form a volatile complex. This is called as zirconium tetraiodide, and it is decomposed on a tungsten filament to get the pure metal of zirconium. Same in the case of titanium. This impure titanium is heated with iodine to about 500 Kelvin to form a unstable TiI4, and impurities are leaving behind, and after that this unstable complex that is heated at 1700 Kelvin, then it is again decomposed to form a pure metal, that is titanium. So by the help of Van Arkel method, we can easily separate out the zirconium and titanium. And now the last method is chromatographic method. It is based on the principle of different components of a mixture are differently adsorbed on the adsorbent. Now, what do you mean by adsorb? Adsorb means accumulation of molecular species at the surface. And what do you mean by adsorbent? The material on the surface of which adsorption takes place. This is called as adsorbent, means this is the material on the surface which adsorption takes place. In this method, the mixture is put in a liquid or gaseous medium which is moved through the adsorbent, and the different components are adsorbed at the different levels in the column. The adsorbed component that is removed by a suitable solvent, that depending on the physical state of the moving medium, and the adsorbent material. This method is named as chromatographic method. Example is paper chromatography, column chromatography, and gas chromatography. So this method is depend only on one principle, that is the different component of a mixture are differently adsorbed on an adsorbent. Here we take the paper chromatography method. In this method we can easily separate the red ink, blue ink and black ink by the help of adsorption. on an adsorbent. Thank you, students. So all these methods are the refining methods. Thank you, students.